What's going on, everybody? Kevin Walsh back here for the New York Sports Machine. A New York Jets update today. They part ways with Antonio Cromartie, his second stint with the New York Jets coming to an abrupt end, but one that I think a lot of people saw coming. Didn't really impress all too much this season long. Dealt with some injuries, and cutting him saves $8 million. And the move makes a lot of sense. First, just thinking about the other players that are free agents for the Jets. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who all signs point to them bringing him back. Maybe the best season ever for a Jets quarterback. Brandon Marshall fully supporting him, and it looks like he has the support of the fans as well, so you could expect Ryan Fitzpatrick back. Chris Ivory, also a free agent now. No guarantee for him to be back. Some people even think that they might target a running back in this draft and try to go, a cheaper option, maybe get Bilal Powell back for a little bit and have a 1-2 punch in that sense. But still, you want to have money in case that Ivory ends up being the guy to have when you think about how close the Jets were last year. To being in the playoffs, and they did compete with the Patriots for a little bit. I think it was pretty obvious the Patriots were going to win that division, but the Jets were tough competitors and definitely contended all year long. And then also Muhammad Wilkerson, who's been the staple point for this defense for a bit now, a fan favorite, likely to require a $100 million contract, a lot of people feel. And if the Jets have any intentions of re-signing Muhammad Wilkerson, they're going to need all the money they can, so definitely saving that money by cutting Cromartie makes a lot of sense. And just thinking about the fact that he didn't play all too well here in stint number 2 with the Jets, I think the move makes perfect sense. And looking forward for Cromartie, where he will end up. A lot of good cornerbacks in the draft coming up, and when you look at a lot of mock drafts, you see a lot of teams drafting corners. However, I don't think that any of these teams are going to think that Cromartie will be the answer for them. I think that for a long time you've seen Cromartie really perform well when he can take chances, and he's the second best corner. And yes, he was the second best corner against Darrelle Revis, but I think that he needs a lot of safety help as well. And I think that you could see him make a move. I think two perfect fits for him, rather, would be either Seattle or Carolina, the two best teams over in the NFC by most people's standards. Peanut Tillman getting old. Maybe we could even see him retire over for Carolina. You step Cromartie in, play him alongside Josh Norman, and I think that could be a phenomenal 1-2 punch. And then obviously, when you think about the Seahawks, Byron Maxwell did really well as the fourth piece to that Legion of Boom: Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and Richard Sherman. Last year, they were not able to actually fill the void of Brian Maxwell, even though he played pretty terrible for the Philadelphia Eagles. Clearly, Maxwell fit the system, and they're going to need to upgrade that position, and maybe they do so with Antonio Cromartie, making that secondary as feared as it once was, because I think last year, teams maybe were a little more willing to take chances. Obviously, that is still one of the best, if not the best, secondaries in the NFL, but you throw Cromartie back there as piece number 4, and I think that is a really scary thought for a lot of teams, though. But there's going to be speculation around where Cromartie lands. Maybe he's going to be looking for a big contract. You don't really know, but comment down below. Was it a good move to cut Cromartie? Where do you think he's going to land? Leave those comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.